Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud Phoenix Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed music artist and songwriter, CHANTAE VETRICE. For more on CHANTAE, you can read more about her right below this video, but in the meantime, take a sneak peek at the amazing new single from CHANTAE VETRICE, Elevated.
Yeah, here we go. Lego. I'm elevated. Smoking dank, now I'm faded. On the plane with no feelings. Touchdown, yeah, I made it. Give me that loud pack, yeah, I want that. If you smoking on that shirt, yeah, you bogus. All my queens there already saying you know it. Duffel bad bitches coming for your riches, yeah. Got a Robin Hood, that shit, that's facts. America's fucked up, that's facts. Where the hell is the stimmy for the bag, yeah? My people need bread on the table, yeah. Cause them bills pile up, not Buffalo. Screaming Black Lives Matter, you don't hear me though. Oh, you put a sign in your window, that's cool. Now you think you down for the cause, what's new? Got an S on my chest, yeah, I'm bad. Moonwalking to the shit, Michael Jackson. Got an S on my chest, yeah, I'm bad. Moonwalking to the shit, Michael Jackson. I'm elevated, yeah. Smoking dank, now I'm faded, yeah. On the plane with no feelings, yeah.
Well, hello, CHANTAE, how are you?
I'm good. Well, how are you?
CHANTAE, I am doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, my friend. And I call you my friend like I feel like I know you because you, well, first and foremost, I'm so grateful that the audience got a little sneak peek of your latest hit single, Elevated. And we will get into that in a moment. But first and foremost, CHANTAE, I just want to let you know, and I wanted to wait till I was recording so that the audience can hear it as well. What a beautiful, unapologetic artist you are. And you know, I'm so grateful that I've gotten to speak with artists from all over the globe, but you have such a beautiful authenticity to you. And so my first question to you is, when did you realize, and was there a moment when you realized it's now time for CHANTAE VETRICE to step into her power, to be the once in a generation artist that she is?
Yeah, I think that moment for me was when I bought my one-way ticket to Spain. I'm a New
Ibiza,
Yorker.
correct?
Ibiza, yeah. And I'm a born and bred New Yorker. So, you know, I honestly believe I live in one of the best cities on the planet. So a lot of people were like, why would you want to leave? But for me, it was all about self-discovery. And I think by taking that leap of faith in myself and, you know, knowing that I could accomplish anything that I put my mind to, I did it. And it was the best decision I ever did for myself personally and career-wise. So that for me was that moment where I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to take the, you know, unapologetic route, if you will, and, you know, just do what's real for me. So
it's amazing, CHANTAE. Well, it's kind of like, you know, to kind of piggyback off of that, it's almost like your trip to Ibiza, and this might be weird to kind of compare it, but I feel like in your self-discovery trip to Ibiza across the Atlantic, a lot of people have kind of had their own Ibiza moments these past 18 months because we've been forced to really look within outside of a world that's constantly moving. How do I get to the gig? How do I get more likes? We were forced to look within, and the fact that you've already done that work beforehand, I'm curious to know how you were able to, during these last 18 months, get through it as a creative artist and what you were able to do. I mean, obviously you were creating.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard for me in the beginning because, as you know, as a creative, you know, being in COVID, everything was kind of stripped from us. Like everything that we were used to doing, being able to go rehearse or perform live, like all of that was dead. So I literally was just like, you know what? I can't go to the recording studio, so I'm just gonna have my own recording studio. And that's the first time I've ever done that. So all of the music that you've heard since then, I recorded everything. I pretty much did all of my engineering and recording sent it off to my engineer for mixing and mastering, but I did everything that the engineer would do in session. So it was a learning experience for me, and it was frustrating, but it was a great reward in the end, you know, so.
Absolutely. And off of that
Yeah.
too, how cool it must have been in after like getting in the trenches and probably going through some sludge and mud to figure out how things work. But at the end of the day, you're now more a creator than ever. And
Yeah.
you don't have to rely now more than ever on anyone to do you, because you know how to do you the best.
Absolutely. And it's like I said, it's such a great reward to be able to do that, because now it doesn't matter what time of night it is, I can get the inspiration and come in here and drop some vocals and keep it moving. So
that room looks like it has a vibe. I mean, you got some nice purple light in there. You got some great quotes on the board. I love that quote, by the way. Who said that?
That's Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah, I love it.
And I have another one by James Dean, and it says, "Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today." So I look at that every day.
I am a big quote person. I got little Post-its all around. This is the nice part of the apartment that you don't see. But anyway, that's for another time. When you can see all my little Post-its and vision boards, but I'm sure you're the same way. Listen, CHANTAE, I want to know a little bit about Elevated. I want to know how the concept of the song came about and why you released it when you did.
Yeah, so I am 420 friendly. I'm in the cannabis community. I'm open about it as an artist and as just a person. But I got the track from this producer down in Texas. And the co-producer on the track is this 11-year-old kid named Evan. He is super, super dope. If you guys ever have time, make sure you check him out. I think his Instagram is Evan the 11-year-old producer. I think, or Evan with a dope beat. I'm sorry, Evan with a dope beat. That's his Instagram handle.
Oh my God,
when you're done, like check him out. This kid is incredible. So when I found out he was 11, I'm like, oh my God, I want to get on this track. So I started writing, and I literally asked the producer. I said, well, do you mind if I put a snippet of the song on IG just to get like the feel of what the people are gonna think? Sure, no problem. So I put it up there, and I got so many hits off of it. People loved it. They were like, you got to finish this record. So I got hit up by a company called Happy Monkey, and they're based here in New York. They're a cannabis brand. And they were like, we want to get behind the song. We'll help you executive produce it. We'll do the video, everything, whatever you want us to do, we'll do it. So I met up with them. We, solidified everything, and the project became what it is. And yeah.
And by the way, how many hits does it have right now on YouTube?
I'm at 45,000 views. So we got to get it up to like 50. So come on, you guys.
Okay, we're going to get it up. But also what I love so much, again, CHANTAE, that you are a perfect example of. You're a perfect example of an unapologetic artist who is not only taking their talent to give out for good, but you're also just putting it out there with no apologies. And with that, you never know what's going to happen. You're not, what's the quote? Like, you're never going to, something about, you're never going, the risks that you don't take. So, I don't know.
I think it's something like it's a risk. It's a risk if you don't take the risk, or something like that.
We're gonna both look it up after this, and I'll sound smart next time we speak. But what I'm saying is, you didn't know in putting that out there what was gonna come of it, and then the universe was like, whoosh.
Yeah, it was just crazy, So I think it's so important as an artist to just kind of like follow with your gut sometimes, and just do it, even if
let go of the how. Because how many times as artists do we get sometimes caught up in the sludge and the trenches of, but how am I going to get the money? How's this going to get out? Oh my God, how am I going to get, and then sometimes the universe is like, here you go, if you just remain open.
Yeah, and I think also too, it's just, keeping a positive attitude, which is hard sometimes as an artist, right? Where we are really critical of ourselves, we get down on ourselves. But yeah, like you said, you just have to trust, and the universe will bring it. Yeah.
Well, listen, CHANTAE, I can speak with you forever, truly, but I want to end the interview with a final question. I don't know about you, but for me during this time, I've really kind of reacquainted myself with my inner child. And I'm curious if you had like one or two things to say to young CHANTAE, what would you tell her today?
Wow. I would tell young CHANTAE, don't be afraid of yourself. And I say that to mean, even if you have just these really, really like big dreams, don't be afraid of them and just go after them, and go after them sooner than later, because sometimes you might miss certain opportunities and they may not come again. So just go for it. That's what I
Well,
say.
I want to leave it there because God, I want to just put that on an audio message and put it in my pocket on a bleak day. Shantae,
Oh,
Patrice, you are such a light, and I'm so
thank
grateful that
you.
we're connected now. I'm so grateful
Yes.
that the audience, and I just want to remind the audience for more on the incredible, incredible, incredible Shantae Vetrisse. You can read more about her right below this video. Shantae, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. And I'm stalking you on Instagram, by the way.
Oh, I stalked you back.
Yeah.
See you later.